This program to bring you a news bulletin from Washington.
Special report, verdict sparks violence. National Guard troops are standing by, ready to patrol the streets of Los Angeles, rocked by widespread violence.
Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience.
This is not a drill. This is not cosplay. And this is not America. Hello, everybody. Mr. Robbie here. A few months ago, I made a video showing that MAGA fanatics were buying fake ice jackets from Amazon, strutting into Walmart and Home Depot just to scare immigrants.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away, and you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
I said then that it was only a matter of time before someone impersonated law enforcement and started pulling people off the streets. Well, that time is now. It's happening. And I don't say this lightly. We are in very real danger. Fake ice jackets were just the beginning. The marketplace has exploded with even more hats, vests, patches, even fake badges. Some things are labeled Border Patrol, others marketed as tactical cosplay. But you tell me, what's the difference between a MAGA vigilante in a fake badge and a federal agent in a mask with no ID? Because now even real agents are refusing to show who they are. Masks, no badges, no names, no accountability. So how are we supposed to know who's real and who's not? And Amazon, they're not just enabling this, they're monetizing it. Right now, you can search for ICE cosplay or Border Patrol costume, and you'll find jackets, patches, hats, vests, belts, boots, even fake ID wallets and replica holsters. This is a marketplace for tyranny in disguise. And Amazon hides behind the word cosplay like it's some kind of legal force field. This isn't Comic-Con. This is America under siege by cowards in costume. In Huntington Park, California, a man pretending to be a border agent was arrested. He had a bulletproof vest, handcuffs, fake credentials, a DHS patch, radio equipment, and even police-style tactical clothing. He wasn't filming a TikTok. He was looking for someone to detain.
An arrest of someone impersonating a federal agent is raising new fears among undocumented immigrants here in Southern California.
The suspect's vehicle, a gray Dodge Durango seen here, filled with copies of passports, federal enforcement-style documents, cell phones, red and blue lights, and a loaded firearm parked on South Alameda Street in a handicapped spot. It was enough to almost fool police, who initially thought Diaz might be an off-duty officer. The man was wanted for drunk driving and previously had been arrested for human smuggling. News of Tuesday night's arrest follows weeks of unrest amid ongoing ICE raids in California and across the country. Today, Huntington Park's mayor warning the public and saying they've passed a city resolution requiring federal agents to identify themselves when asked by police.
When people cannot trust who is enforcing the law, public safety is undermined.
Saying where there's one fake federal agent, there's likely more.
Mass agents, unmarked vehicles, and refusal to identify yourself is not the image of a just and lawful government.
Now at 11, a loaded gun, dozens of rounds of ammo, police radios, and copies of passports. All of that found inside a man's vehicle in Huntington Park, and it is raising concerns he was possibly posing as a federal agent.
It's when Police Chief Lozano presented evidence found inside of Diaz's car, and that included red and blue lights, multiple radios, a loaded semi-automatic handgun with extra ammunition, cell phones, passports, and a document listing CPB radio codes, along with paperwork bearing Homeland Security and CBP headers.
And the police even said that his vest looked just like the ones available online, and that's because it was. This man walked the streets dressed like federal law enforcement without a single ounce of actual authority, and if a bystander hadn't asked questions, he might still be out there today. Let me be clear, he wasn't alone. These cases are multiplying. Then came MacArthur Park. Dozens of masked men, tactical gear, horses, Humvees, Border Patrol, ICE, National Guard, and not a single arrest was made, not one. This wasn't enforcement, because this was just intimidation, a message, political theater with real trauma. Mayor Karen Bass called it a stunt. Governor Newsom called it theater, and they were right.
To me, this is another example of the administration ratcheting up chaos by deploying what looked like a military operation in an American city.
It was a deliberate performance of state power, not meant to protect, not meant to apprehend, meant to traumatize, to frighten immigrant families, legal residents, and children.
Perhaps some of you are feeling fear tonight. He wants you to fear. He wants your fear. Don't give it to him. Don't let him scare you. Donald Trump is the world's weakest aspiring dictator. You have power over him. Donald Trump wants to get your fear. Alexei Navalny would not let Vladimir Putin have his fear. Don't ever let Donald Trump have yours.
What kind of government uses armed agents and horses not to enforce law, but to sow fear? This is psychological warfare. You don't need a warrant when fear is your weapon. You don't need a jail cell when your goal is mental collapse. Children raised in immigrant families now live with the terror of going outside. Parents fear sending their kids to school, and grandparents avoid parks. This is what happens when the government chooses intimidation over law. This is how democracy erodes, not with a bang, but with a knock at the door by someone in a fake uniform. The United States is now a country where civilians are impersonating ICE and Border Patrol, and real agents are dressing like the fakes. No badge, no ID, no name, just black masks and tactical cosplay. So tell me again how we're supposed to know the difference, because if you're dragged into an unmarked car, or someone storms your home in a vest that they bought off Amazon, who do you call? This is lawless. This is designed to make you feel helpless. Even real federal agents, ICE, CBP, Homeland Security, have started hiding their identities, and that should terrify you. When the state no longer identifies itself, how is that different from a gang in tactical gear? Back in the late 1990s and early 2000s, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones released a film called Police State 2000. And while Jones has since become a crackpot mouthpiece with more lawsuits than credibility, there's one thing he got absolutely right. He warned that the United States was transforming into a militarized police state, that unmarked men with unchecked power would patrol our streets, that fear, not justice, would become the tool of government.
That America is turning into a nightmarish police state. America's military being perverted, being turned into an instrument of control, not an instrument of defense. Again, this isn't some foreign country. This is America. psychological warfare against the population. The enemy is not our police, and it's not our military. It is those that would pervert and twist the sacred oath that our peace officers and military folks have sworn to uphold. That is to defend our country from enemies foreign and domestic. We are repeating what happened in 1933 Germany.
Fast forward to today, and here we are. The man who once screamed about black helicopters was wrong about almost everything, but on this, he saw it coming. Now, there are supposed to be laws. There are supposed to be boundaries. The Posse Comitatus Act says the military cannot be used as a domestic police force, but National Guard troops joined ICE at MacArthur Park. Federal agents operated like a paramilitary unit. California's new bill, SB 805, the so-called No Vigilantes Act, would require all law enforcement to show ID, to say what agency they work for, and to wear insignia, and to follow the rules. The fact that we even need a law like this tells you how far we've fallen. If someone approaches you in tactical gear with no name or badge, ask what agency they're from. If they refuse to answer, record everything. If they try to detain you without identifying themselves or showing a warrant, do not comply. And never get into a vehicle with someone who won't identify their agency and role. These are your rights. Use them. We are not powerless, but we are under siege. If you see someone in a fake uniform, record it. If someone tries to detain you without ID, demand it. And if they refuse, document everything. Because when they come in masks, you must become the witness. And to Amazon, you are knowingly enabling this. You are arming vigilantes and fueling fear. Take this garbage off your platform. This country was never meant to be ruled by men in unmarked costumes. We are not a cosplay dictatorship, and we are not afraid. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please contact your representatives. Demand oversight. Demand accountability. Please share this video. Do what you can to take action. And most of all, stay safe.